Butler here, and welcome to RankGear.com. In this short video, I'm just going to give you a tour of the software as a service and show you the features that are inside, and maybe even give you a little insights into stuff that we might be trying to do in the future. So with that, let's get to it. All right, so there's the homepage. Signing up is actually pretty easy. You see it right here, sign up. You click on that, and it's going to essentially ask you to register as a user before you sign up. And the reason for that is that we do have a free piece of this service, and it's our title tag checker, which basically all that's doing is looking at Google for a search term, looking at the things and then seeing if the title was changed, and if it was changed, then where did that come from? It tries to figure that out. And I'll show you that later on in the video or later on in this series. And then you do the payment option. And as you can see, it's $47 a month right now. As we add more features and stuff to that, it's going to, that price will go up. Then obviously you get to the login page, which you can bookmark it and just remember click the sign in. This will open this bad boy up, and then once you sign in, this is what you'll see. Now we have a visualizer in here, the title tool. Title tool that I mentioned previously up here as well. I'll open both of those up just so you can kind of see what's going on here. Here is the title tool, and you see you just click on view report. It'll tell you here's the title that Google is showing, and here is the page title that's set in the HTML, and where did Google put this up. And you see it's not a match. So the title is in here, but it's not showing in there. It's the same, Best Roofing, Miami Best Roofing. It's in the title, so that's a match. Except, and not a match, and couldn't find where it was come from. And then here's another version, Best Title Roofing. It's in the title. It's here, but it's not 100% exact match because Google is adding that, right? So this is kind of useful, especially if you're looking at niches and stuff and you want to see where Google is pulling it out normally, and it'll let you adapt your SEO practices for that. And then we have the visualizer. This is really neat, and I'll show you this more as we you'll see more of this as we go, but essentially what you do is you put some schema in here, and then it will visualize it and put in nice little bubbles for you, and then you can check it out. Let's see if there's a template in here. I'm just going to keep here, load shared templates. Let's see what happens. Article writing guide, we'll load it. And then you can get to that visualizer by just doing this. Click visualize, it'll post it in. And there you go. You can see see everything that's going on inside of your schema to make sure you're telling the story that you thought your schema was telling. So that's the purpose of that. And you can also you can copy this or save that as this thing as an image if you want to. There's a download button in here somewhere, or there was. Looks like that got moved. I'll have to check with the devs and see where that got moved to. But save image as it works just the same, and you just download, and then you can open it up, and it should, in theory, if everything's working properly, give you a copy of that image. I'm waiting for that previewer to open up. There you go. So you see it's a different layout, same colors, but the background's different. So we're looking at ways to change that up and make that a little bit better. But that is the visualizer. Okay. The rest of the tour is the schema types right here. So you have article, book, there's a whole bunch of different types. Probably the most commonly used ones are all over here. And you just select one, and then you get a fill in a blank system right here based off of kind of what the templates are going. I'm going to just reset everything. And you see it empties it out, and then you can fill in the blanks. You can merge. You can create a merge if you know how to use @graph. You can do that with @graph. You can allow. You can copy. You can reset like I just did. You can test it. like I just did, and that'll go to the Google Rich Snippets testing tool, and then you can validate it with the structured data testing tool. So they should be different, actually. Yeah. So this one, test, is Google, and the validate is Schema, schema.org. You want to do both. Primarily, what I do as a matter of course is I'll test in schema.org first, and then if I pass all that, then I'll come over here and test on this one too, just to make sure there's nothing wonky going on. You can save their schema in the title. You can make it public if you want to share it. Generally, most people just keep that unchecked. But if you have a cool template and you just want to help people out, you can share it like this, and it'll go into a templates thing. You can do save schema or load save schema. So whatever I save here, I can load here, or the load share templates, which is the you saw the example already, the public one right there that was shared by one of the users. And then visualize. Inline edit. Let's say we have all the blocks here. You've gone as far as you can, and we don't have any more fields, and you want to add one more to it. Then you click the inline edit. The downside of the inline edit is once you do it, you can't go back in here and start editing these boxes again. You're stuck with editing inside of here. So that is a downside of the inline edit, but I mean, it's a good feature to have if you've taken things as far as you can go with the sauce, with the sass, right? The sauce. And then the merge at graph, obviously you have to know what that is. But if you push the merge at graph, it'll push it down here. And then let's say we add a organization to it and just put merge at graph down here. And now there's organization is in there as well. And let's go. I'm going to do article one more time. We'll do load shared templates, load, and then merge at graph. You see articles in there. So organizations in there, author, organizations again in there. You don't necessarily have to have organization all that much, but essentially that's basically what the at graph does. It's a building the hierarchy and tying all that stuff together. If you want to use that, that's fine. I think the only people that are implementing it in schema in that way right now is Yoast, and I was doing it for a while, but I mean, you could do the same thing with add ID here, and it actually works a lot nicer doing it that way. So just something to consider in the future. And I already touched on this. This is the when it merges that graph, it pushes everything down here so you can have this running thing going. And then when you're all said and done, you just click on here, and you can also click on the validate and make sure everything's being tested as it was. It'll populate it in there. You push the button, get the test going, and there you go. No errors. This is it's a fluke. Be honest, it's a fluke because sometimes there's just going to be errors, and it's not because the tool is bad. The devs worked really hard to go that up, but schema.org changed things, Google changed things, or there's just maybe you did something that screwed things up. Like, let's say, for example, you had an extra quotation mark in there, so it brings up that error, and that's kind of up to you to find that stuff. We don't validate it on rankgear.com. You got to come over here and then use the tool to figure out what's broken. If there's a thing that we have implemented that's broken, let us know and we'll correct it. Otherwise, just make your corrections over here and go to town, and you'll be good to go. All right, and that's it. Hope you like the tour of rankgear.com. As I said, plenty of different schemas. Article. I'd recommend starting here. Web page. This is the fun one. Do some web page. You can come down here, add some other stuff to it, and you build it out a lot, which is cool. I want to show you one more thing. There is a about option, same as, there we go. And this is a drop and drag. So there's my about same, and then click the bullet export. And then if you're using a tool like topical relevance, for example, you can drop the about sections all in here and click confirm, and it'll load it right up for you without having to paste one by one, which is awesome. All right, that's it. We'll see you in the next video.